Yo, what's going on, my homies? We are back again with Wild Talk episode number 4, where we go through everything Warriors. Today, we're going to touch on our game against the Newcastle Knights. We're going to go through our team list and then go through our matchups and players I want to watch and things I want to watch from our team. Quickly, before we get into the video, also, I want to shout out my coach, Damian Beatdown Brown, is coming out with another Beatdown promotions. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you go over to the channel. I'm going to put a link in the channel in my description and probably put a card up in the corner. He's got a massive card this Saturday. It's fucking amazing. If you haven't checked out, if you're a fan of any sort of MMA or combat sport and all that sort of stuff, I do recommend to check it out to see all of Australia and even worldwide talent coming onto this card. It's fucking amazing what he's doing. He's the most talented people I've ever met. Same with everyone at Base Training Center. Go shout out to Base Training Center as well. Hit up their live stream on YouTube. They're going to be live streaming on YouTube, and hit up in the comment section that your boy sent them. So with all that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. As you know, the boys are lining up against the new look Newcastle Knights that have a whole lot of potential coming into this year. Obviously, the biggest talking points of Kalyn Ponga playing 6 and this and that. But I think the biggest news out of the lineups for the Newcastle Knights is there is no Greg Marzhew. And I think as all Warriors fans, we remember what Greg Marzhew did in the first game against the Titans last year that we played the Titans. Greggy Marzhew was an absolute gun against our boys there. So there is no Greg Marzhew there. Hymel Hunt is coming in, another ultra talented player, but I don't feel the same fear as what I did with Greg Marzhew. I thought I'd touch on that before we go through our team list. Going through our team list today, we got Chance Nickel-Coxdagger fullback. We got DWZ, Dallin Watini-Zelezniak on the wing with Brayden Wiliame in centers, Adam Pompey in the center as well. Montoya is in the other wing spot. So the way we're probably looking at is Dallin and Pompey on one side, Montoya and Brayden Wiliame on the other side. So moving on to our 5A spot, we have Tamare Martin and Sean Johnson in our halfback spot there. Really excited for those boys, the connection those boys could have. Hopefully Shawnee brings back a little bit of form coming from the trials. He was not playing amazing, so he's definitely a big watch for us here. In the front row, we got Adam Fanua-Blake partnering up with Mitch Barnett. Bringing those boys together, we got Wade Egan at our hooker role. Jackson Ford and Nia Corey is in our edge back rower roles, and Tohu Harris is in our number 13. Coming off the bench, we have Dylan Walker in our number 14 spot, Bunty Afoa at number 15, Joshy Curran at number 16, and Tommy Ale at number 17. So I'm pretty happy with this lineup overall. I think that they fit everyone they need to fit in here. Jackson Ford getting that starting edge role, which after the preseason, I kind of do agree. I really want to reward players for really good preseason trials and stuff, or, you know, how hard they're working for the team. I thought Jackson Ford was a big standout for me. Like, he actually looked very, very good. Coming from the Dragons, I did not have that much, to say about him, really. And now coming into our squad, he's in our starting lineup and he's pushing Joshy Curran to the bench. I would love to see, obviously, Joshy Curran maybe starting at 13 and this and that, but I can definitely see why they're gone with the way they're gone. Mitchy Barnett, I'm really excited to have up front with Adam Fanua-Blake. That's a really good lineup there. So with our big matchups to start the weekend, we got Adam Fanua-Blake and Mitchy Barnett coming up against the big Saifiti boys. And I think early on in the game, we can really take it to these boys and put them in their shell. Obviously, the Saifiti boys are very momentum-based front rowers. If they can get a roll on to start the game, they're going to be really tough to handle. But I think our boys early on will be really, really tough in defense and in offense. Obviously, Adam Fanua-Blake's probably one of the top 3, top 4 front rowers in the competition, in my opinion. I'm really excited to see those boys go at it, just lock horns and really give it to these Saifiti boys and really put the Knights on the back foot to start. We don't want Jackson Hastings and Kalyn Ponga getting really good field position to put Lockie Miller in really good positions as well. That is the biggest thing we're probably worried about there. But moving on to the next matchup I'm really excited for is Marata Niukore up against Lockie Fitzgibbon. I really think that's an edge that we can really attack if we get the combination together between Sean Johnson and Marata Niukore. Obviously, with the new combination of Lachlan Fitzgibbon and Kalyn Ponga there, Adam Elliott has been named on the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if Elliott ends up getting the starting spot for Lockie Fitzgibbon coming before the game. But at the moment, this is what the team list is saying. And I really think that edge should be the one we attack overall. We saw in the Eels trial for the Knights that they were a bit shaky on that edge there. Their combinations aren't fully ready there. In attack, obviously, that side's going to be the more damaging side. But then again, I'm also worried about the other side, which is the next thing I want to touch on. We need a big game from Jackson Ford here to lock down our probably better defensive side with Tamare Martin, him, Brayden Wiliame, and Montoya. We really want to shut down that really slick attack on that edge. We saw a lot of good attack backline plays there from Jackson Hastings, Lockie Miller, and Dom Young to finish it off on that edge. No Dane Gaga on that side to defend. Now we got Anali Tuala. I rate Tuala highly, but I don't think he's anything close to what a Gagai is on that side. So I think we can shut down Edge pretty early. We're going to have to filter everything on the other side. So the other side, pretty much the same thing going off the other side. We need a massive defensive game from Sean Johnson, Niokore, Pompey, and Dallin Martinez-Lesniak. That was our worst defensive side last year. We saw it a lot. Then again, we were pretty bad defensively all over the park on our edges. Hopefully we can lock down on those boys because Kalen Ponga is going to be there trying to get his connections right with those edge back rolls and Brandon Best. We need to shut down Brandon Best pretty early. We've seen in the past Brandon Best can get into his shell if he doesn't have the momentum. I think it's a lot what's going on with this Knights team at the moment as well. It's if we attack them very early in that, we can really get on the front foot. And with the Warriors, we're a momentum-based team as well. We'd like to get the roll on through the middle. So if we can get that early on, I think we're in really good stead to win this game. And so a couple of things I want to watch as well. We got Sean Johnson. I just want to see Shawnee go out there and implement a really nice kicking game, get us to the right positions on the field. I am very confident in our team within our opposition 30 and opposition 20. We saw a little bit of like attacking set tonight, sort of stuff from our younger team in our trial against the Tigers. I just want to see that combination come together with our older boys and our better team, obviously. With SJ and all that sort of stuff. All SJ needs to do is try to keep the boys in the corner, probably a little bit like less of the bombs in weird positions and that sort of stuff. I would love to see him just give it a nice little chip kick in the corner, put players like Heimel Hunt and Dominic Young, turn them around a little bit and get those boys working off their try line from the corners. We don't want Lockie Miller to touch the ball too much. That guy's got a whole lot of potential being a rugby sevens background sort of player. He's got the potential to break a whole lot of tackles and that sort of stuff. So definitely want to keep him in the corners with like playing out a Heimel Hunt and Dominic Young. If we're going to play off Dominic Young's side, we do want to get on him very early. We don't want him to wind up. He's a very big body in that. I would like to see those boys kind of shut down Dominic Young really early because they have got the potential to put a little kick in early for Dominic Young. He's got the speed on that edge. I do worry about that. But that is coming into my next point is Chance Nickel-Klokstad. We need him to have a very safe game, which is what Chance is. Chance is a very good, sturdy fullback. I'm very excited to see how Chance goes here. It's definitely going to be a different look than having Reese there, who was our lightning out back. Chance can have the potential. He's got very good footwork within the middle and all that sort of stuff, but I think his best credentials is he is very safe under the high ball. He doesn't make too many defensive errors. I'm really excited to see how the boys look with a really good defensive fullback behind us. And I think the biggest thing with Chance is obviously getting our backline set plays like put together crispy, looking nice. I don't think that's Chance's biggest strength, but if we can get the boys rolling down, I think Tamari Martin and Sean Johnson are good enough to get the boys a whole lot of space on that edge. And Brandon Viliame, Montoya, Pompey, and Dallin Martinez-Lesniak to finish those plays really, really nicely. And lastly, I want to touch on Adam Pompey, who he did get the starting role in this one. I would have loved to saw Vilea go for another run and see how he goes. But then again, I do understand that we maybe want to give him a couple of weeks in development to keep him developing. I hope that side defensively doesn't get found out, especially with Ponga there ripping long balls and stuff like that. He's probably going to go short more so to Brandon Best more than going to Heimel Hunt, in my opinion. So I hope Pompey's in for a massive game here defensively in that and really locks him down. Hopefully Vilea can get some development under him and then get into the squad very soon because he's got probably the more potential out of all of them. So you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe down below. Comment down below. All my videos are discussion based, as you guys know if you know the channel. Do also make sure to check out Beatdown Promotions on Saturday night. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel. Go get into their live stream. Just say hello. Just go in there and say Ash sent ya. I really appreciate you guys if you did do that. Do keep an eye on the weekend as well for my Warriors review. And then, yeah, more videos to come. Hope you guys enjoy. Take it easy, boys.